Hi, this is Melissa Chandler and this is my function of the eye video. I like to start here at the front or anterior of the eye. Here we see the cornea. It helps to protect the eye and is the eye's outermost lens. It controls and focuses the light coming into the eye. Next, behind that, we have the aqueous. This clear fluid helps the eye to keep its shape and nourishes the eye. The aqueous humor plays an essential role in the health of your eye, as well as nourishing the cornea and the lens by supplying nutrition such as amino acids and glucose. The aqueous humor will help to maintain ocular pressure also. Moving farther into the eye, we have the iris. This area is a thin circular structure in the eye responsible for controlling the diameter and size of the pupil. Thus, the amount of light reaching the retina is also controlled by the iris. Eye color is defined by that of the iris. Now, found behind the iris is the lens. The lens can change shape, which allows the eye to focus on objects at different distances. The cornea begins the focusing process, but the lens sharpens the image as it is sent to the retina. The lens, by changing shape, functions to change the focal distance of the eye so that it can focus on objects at various distances, allowing a sharp, real image of interest to be formed on the retina. The next one is the pupil. Right here is the pupil, and light enters the lens through an opening called the pupil. The pupil is a hole in the center of the iris. The iris works with the pupil to control the amount of light that enters the eye. The iris contracts and dilates involuntarily and changes the size of the pupil. The whole job of the iris and the pupil is to control the amount of light that gets into the eye. You've probably noticed that a person's pupils are smaller in bright light and bigger in low light. Now we're going to move on to the suspensory ligaments. These ligaments are muscles muscles connected to the lens by these suspensory ligaments, and these ligaments adjust the shape of the lens to make it more or less curved so as to increase or decrease the refraction of the light. They connect to the ciliary muscles. They connect the ciliary muscles to the lens and hold the lens in place. So right here are here's your ciliary body, and this is part of the eye that includes the ciliary muscles, which control the shape of the lens, and the ciliary epithelium, which produces the aqueous humor. The ciliary body helps deliver oxygen and nutrients to the eye tissues. Moving from there, we're going to go on to the sclera, and your sclera is the outermost part of the eye, most commonly known as the white part of your eye, and it forms the supporting wall of the eyeball and is continuous. With clear and connects to the cornea. So it goes around this way, comes around, connects to the cornea. And the sclera is covered by the conjunctiva, a clear mucous membrane that helps lubricate the eye. It is thickest in the area surrounding the optic nerve, so back here in this area. Next, we're going to look at the next layer we want to look at is the choroid area, which is a layer between the retina and the sclera. So it's the layer in between here, and it consists primarily, it goes around like this, consists primarily of blood vessels, that provides oxygen and nourishment to the outer layers of the retina. Here we have the ora serrata. The ora serrata is the area of the inner eye where the retina ends and the choroid layer of the eye can be seen. Next, we have here the canal of Schlemm. Okay, so on the inside of the canal nearest to the aqueous humor, it is covered by a trabecular meshwork. The trabecular meshwork is an area of tissue in the eye located around the base of the cornea near the ciliary body, and is responsible for the draining of aqueous humor from the eye via the anterior chamber. and which flows through the trabecular meshwork first as it travels into the canal of Schlemm, which is a collection canal that delivers the aqueous to the venous system of the body. As we travel to the posterior part of the eye, here we're going to find the vitreous body. It lies at the back of the eye between the lens and the retina. So here's the lens, the retina. The vitreous body is a clear gel that fills the space between the lens and the retina of the eyeball. It makes up 4/5 the body of the eyeball. The vitreous humor contains no blood vessels, and 98 to 99% of the volume in here is water. To review the outer layer of the eye, we had the sclera, then we have followed by the choroid, and the innermost layer, this part right here, is the retina. So the retina is a thin layer of tissue that lines the back of the eye on the inside. It is located near the optic nerve, which the optic nerve is back here. The purpose of the retina is to receive light that the lens has focused, convert that light into neural signals, and send these signals on to the brain for visual recognition. In the retina layer is the macula. It is in the central part of the retina and is of particular interest to retina specialists. Remember that the retina is the light-sensitive tissue which lines the inside of the eye. The macula is the functional center of the retina. It gives us the ability to see 20/20 vision and provides the best color vision. Then we have the fovea centralis. It is a small central pit composed of closely packed cones in the eye. It is located in the center of the macula. The fovea is responsible for sharp central vision, which is necessary for humans for activities where detail is of importance, such as reading and driving. Only in the foeva are the layers of the retina spread aside to let light fall directly on the cones. The cells that give these are the cells that give the sharpest image. Then we have the optic disc, which is located right here. It is a raised disc on the retina at a point of entry of the optic nerve. Because there are no rods or cones overlaying the optic disc, it is lacking visual receptors, and this creates a blind spot. The job of the optic nerve, which is back here, is to transfer visual information from the retina to the vision centers of the brain via electrical impulses. One interesting fact, eyes are composed of more than 2 million working parts.